Hello guys and welcome back to episode 20, a landmark probably episode for us. 20 episodes in for a series is always a good one. It's like you've committed to a series, you've managed to deliver 20 fresh episodes, and you should be quite far into a save, which we are. So, since last time, I've got COVID. News just in, I've just got COVID. Nice. I'm going to get rid of the mask now because there's no point in me doing it, but I am currently working from home. It's been a bit of a weird few days, weird sensation. I'm in day 2, I believe, where I still feel well enough to make stuff, but we'll see how this progresses, whether or not I'm feeling well enough to make content. I'll try and probably cram a load in over the weekend, purely because I'll have nothing else to do. So then hopefully over the weekend, if I do a lot of editing, I'll be able to fire out a ton of these and still feel relatively fit and well. I can still feel a bit of a headache coming on, something that you shouldn't really feel sorry for me. I sort of saw it coming since my parents had it last week. But anyway, since last time, I thought I'd just update you on that. Since last time in the game anyway, Southampton a poor loss after the win, obviously, away from home to Copenhagen. A poor loss, 3-2. Zuma got sent off in the 87th minute, and then Edouard scored the penalty, which he obviously got sent off for. We were pretty decent in this game, but it was quite harsh to see us lose towards the end of it. It probably should have been a draw overall. And Luton, tidy 3-1 win against them, a nice rotated side. Yusuf Demir getting his first goal for the club, I believe. I think that was his first goal for the club. Yeah, it was his first goal for the club. Nice little tidy game for him in there, and then Eze scoring as well. I think that might have been his first goal for the club. It's his first goal for the club. So then going forward into that, we had Wolves at home. We actually lost to them 3-1. Really poor game for us, this one. Not a very tidy one at all, but moving on from that one, straight away went into the Barcelona game where, surprisingly, away from home at the Camp Nou, we managed to scrape a 1-0 draw. I say scrape, the stats were pretty even. I'm sure I'll have already shown you the goal, because there's only one goal in this, but as you can see, relatively even stats, and we defended very, very well. Lamptey, I've got to say, Lamptey, the start of this season, he's performing alright, but I don't know, his stats have never screamed out incredibly fantastic defensive type of player. He just doesn't scream that type of player, so essentially, looking forward, I might have to try and, if I play him a bit further up as in a wing-back role, I'm going to have two very competent centre-backs with a very, very good anchor man, because it's just not working out for us. Then we had a 1-1 draw against Newcastle, Martial and Zaha getting the goals respectively. In that one, we were leading up until the 61st minute after scoring in the 55th, and that was a bit poor. And a 3-3 draw against Tottenham, which I'll show you now. Lo Celso scored an absolute screamer. The ball came out to him. It was a Paul Scholes-esque volley from outside the box, and he just pinged it into the top corner. He had a game of his life in that game. Son scoring a header at the back post, but Almada and Martial and Vlasic all scoring respectively. And within 8 minutes, I thought, this is our game, this. But Tottenham managed to come back. And then against Roma at home, we just couldn't get the win out of this one. We didn't dominate, but we saying that, we dominated. I'm going to say it. 23 shots, 8 on target. We just couldn't score. Something about it. I tried out this new formation. That might have been it. I've tried out a new formation, but Diop having a poor game out there after rotating him out with Botman. Johnson having a pretty good game on that right back role. He's looking sharp, and comparing him to Tariq Lamptey, you'd think Tariq Lamptey would be maybe just a little bit better going forward. As you can see, the physicals, he's absolutely unreal getting forward. But realistically, I think if you look at it, Ben Johnson's probably the better defender. 14 marking, 14 tackling, better positioning, better teamwork, better off the ball. It might be that Ben Johnson might potentially become the regular starter for us in that role if he carries on this type of form. So today that leads us on to the Arsenal game, which then leads us on nicely to the Barcelona game, which I'll skip through these games and inevitably bring you that Barcelona game at home, which will see us, well, I don't know where it'll see us finish in the group, because we do have to play Roma, Copenhagen, Barcelona all again. Copenhagen, hopefully it'll be a nice easy win for us, as I believe we play them at home, so that should be a nice win for us, which takes us to 9 points, and then obviously Barcelona and Roma play themselves. If they get another draw, or even one of them loses, it all comes down to us playing one of them and getting a result, either a draw or a win against either of them. So yeah, interesting scenes in there. The Premier League table, I'll show you that before we get in. We're sitting in 7th. We're still in the Copa del Rey, still in the Carabao Cup, we're still in the FA Cup, we're still in the Premier League, we're still in the Champions League. So we've got 4 competitions on the go, really high level. It's a struggle at the moment, but we're getting through it. That's the main thing. We're only sitting 9 points off Manchester United. We're pretty comfortable in the 7th spot, so hopefully we can try and make something from it. We're playing Arsenal today. at home. So we've got Sarr, Botman, Zuma, Lamptey and Johnstone have already set this up. We're rotating a lot because players are getting unfit. They're not condition-wise, not 100% fit for the game. Souček in that ball-winning midfielder role. McKennie in the box-to-box midfielder role because I think he's underrated in this box-to-box midfielder role. Really, really good player in that position. And we've got Demir playing in that right wing role because he's been in good form, and he's a tiny little player. Demir, if you see him in that inside forward support role, really suits him. So I'm going to play him there. He's only 20 years of age, but I'm playing him there. De Ketelaere, really lacklustre signing this. 30 million we've paid for him. He might just end up going in at the start of next year. 6'4". I thought he might be a bit more physical, but he's just not performing for us. So in essence, I'm going to play him as a shadow striker just to see, because last year we saw him score 20 goals. Let's see if he can try and perform getting forward. I want to see what he can do in that position. Vlasic on that left wing because we've got great quality in that left wing. He's really good, Vlasic. And then Martial up front as ever because he is in fine form yet again, scoring 4 goals in 9 games. Pretty good for us. He's been very, very good for us in both competitions. On the bench, as you can see, Dalberg, Johnson, Diop, Mitchell, Bissouma, Eze, Dalberg, Mikuku, and Nketiah. Either way, Almada's injured, so he's going to be out for a while. And then these players down here we're trying to get rid of as ever. Endor as well, getting a bit of an injury. He's one of our little wonder kids, so to speak. So yeah, submit the side. Been a long bit of a talk at the start there. If you see me sipping sort of like teas and whatever, just ignore it for God's sake. I'm nursing this coronavirus, which I'm trying to get rid of. But yeah, it's going to be a pretty close game. We'll go to the match preview now. Our form, not been fantastic at all. We'll have a look at Arsenal's form. It's probably going to be much better than ours. Oh no, not too great. Alvarez, Smith Rowe, Saka, Partey, Odegaard. A standard Arsenal side, as you look at it. Arsenal sitting in 4th. We can try and close the gap on them to 3 points with a win here anyway. So let's see what we can do as the highlight, straight from the off. As Vlasic picks it up, McKennie now on it. Sarr, back into McKennie, Botman. We're looking to start off strong here, as we're only balanced. We're not even going positive yet. Demir picks it up, cuts inside, tries to find De Ketelaere, doesn't work, and Arsenal clear it. And then Lamptey picks it up, advances it very quickly, and now Arsenal probably going to try and slow the game down and do something with it themselves. As McKennie just picks it up again as a beautiful interception as a box-to-box midfielder. Vlasic whips it in, finds De Ketelaere, and that's probably where we're going to try and get him running into the box because he is 6'4". We need to use that height advantage that he has. 32 minutes in here, and it's going all right. I'm going to encourage the lads. I'm going to encourage them because we're playing pretty well. 40 minutes in, we've had 4 shots. We're not having the majority of the possession, but we are having the more shots in the game. So outstanding so far. I'm happy with the performance. Keep it up. Keep going. We're having more shots than them. Souček probably needs to come off, be rested a bit. The attack's looking a bit lackluster at the moment, so we might have to change that out. So I'll bring off Souček. Let's bring on Bissouma up front as Demir has just scored, but whether or not that'll count, I don't know. Vlasic is going to come off as well. We're going to bring on, to replace him on that right wing, Eze. Let's see, the goal's been disallowed, which is a bit unfortunate. We're going to have to change either Demir or De Ketelaere out. Swap either one of those out for someone. That's unfortunate for him to not get that goal there. We're going to keep the changes, but we need to take one of these 2 players out in that forward 3. I'm going to demand more from the lads, as now Arsenal have a throw-in deep in our half. Sarr manages to pick it out, and Eze can now try and maybe counter with it as Botman plays a long ball out, which I'm not a big fan of, and it falls straight to Ben White. Tomiyasu on it, back to Ben White. Can we maybe push them? We've pushed him all the way back to Ramsdale here, as Gabriel's on the ball. Into Saka, who's playing left back. Smith Rowe on this left wing now. Xhaka plays the ball through to Alvarez, who is onside, and he's put that in the back of the net. That is poor. That is really poor. We're going to bring on Mokoko, and we're going to go into a formation I didn't think I'd have to use at this point. It's going to be this one. So Demir's going to play this attacking midfielder role. Bissouma sits in that halfback role. Eze in the Metzala role. And we're going to play like this. We're going to go a bit more. We're going to go attacking because if we take the game to them, I reckon we can have them, especially with the possession on our side, as that's a very poor goal to concede, all in all. Xhaka plays the ball through to Alvarez. Botman just sits off his man, and Alvarez slots that home. He's been a very good signing for Arsenal overall so far. So yeah, a bit poor from us, but hopefully with this tactical change, we can try and do something with it. Here we go. There's a highlight deep in Arsenal's half this time. Thomas Partey picks it up, gives it Isco, and Arsenal playing it out beautifully from the back. I've got to admit, Saka coming forward now. Can he maybe find a ball inside? He doesn't, but Kenny picks it up. That's a beautiful little bit of a recovery. As Bissouma tries to develop something from the back. Mikuku finds Martial with a beautiful ball, and Martial puts that in the back of the net. Makoko, I keep calling him all sorts. He's going to be a shining star in this team. Basuma into Demir into Makoko, plays a lovely ball through to Martial, and Martial's not missing from there. He slots that into the top right-hand corner. We're going for this game now. We're absolutely going for it. This is our game to try and chase back, as I'm going to praise the lads because we've been playing well for the last few minutes. I'm going to praise them. We're going to go positive purely because I want to make sure we don't get countered at any point. As now we play it out from the back. Basuma sitting deep in that halfback role. Lamptey launches a ball forward. It's a really poor ball as now he's got to chase back against Saka. Saka plays a ball in. Zuma's there and he clears it away again very poorly. Tomiyasu on it now. Can he maybe find a ball in? Bowen, our arch rival Bowen, who's left us. Thomas Partey on it. Finds Tomiyasu again. Great recovery tackle. Thomas Partey out on this right wing. Yet again, ball in. Alvarez is there. And that's a poor goal to concede in the dying embers of the game. Really, really poor. I'm going to go very attacking, but we managed to tackle him about 4 times there, and we never got it clear, and then we've just let Alvarez be free at that near post, and that is awful to concede. That's genuinely such a bad goal to concede, as now I'm going to have to fire up the lads to try and get something out of them for the last few minutes of the games. 2 minutes remaining. Is there going to be a highlight? It doesn't look like there's going to be one at all, and we're going to lose to Arsenal 2-1, and that doesn't do us any good. I'm disappointed with the result, especially with how we've played there. In the league, we haven't found our form yet. We haven't found our a knack or a bit of a run. We started out brilliantly, and then we've had a Champions League game which we won. Southampton 4 days later, a bit of a struggle. Then midweek on a Wednesday we had Luton which we won. And then Wolves we've inevitably lost. And in midweek we've had Barcelona, we've rotated back out. Newcastle and Tottenham were harsh draws. I'll give us them. They were harsh draws, and a Roma difficult game against Roma after Tottenham, and then Arsenal even more difficult after that. It's just hard to nurse it when we do have nice depth, but you can't rely on, for example, Makoko, who's 18, to really come in and deliver 15, 20 goals a season, although he's doing pretty well at the moment, but he's just not going to deliver that. And Martial himself, you can't rely on him to score 25 goals and keep us up, or 40 odd goals in a season like we used to in our previous saves. But yeah, we're gonna try and have to experiment with stuff, whether or not we bring Lamptey in and play a formation like this, or even if we put a formation like this out where we play a bit deeper but with complete wing backs either side. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird from now on. I'm gonna probably have to play an anchor there as well, won't I, with Souček? But yeah, it's gonna be weird to see how we can play out these final few games. But hopefully next time we'll have advanced in the Carabao Cup, we'll have advanced in the Champions League. The next episode will definitely be a Barcelona one, because I want to get one of them in. It's very rare. You're going to probably see us play them for the next 2 years, because at this rate we're probably going to have a nice run in the Champions League with this Champions Cup if we manage to beat obviously Barcelona away from home, or Copenhagen should I say, at home. So it's going to be difficult to do that, but in the league itself we're going to struggle to get top 4. We're going to struggle. You're going to probably see Wolves and Southampton slowly dip off in form, but in terms of our schedule in the Premier League itself, if we just get the Premier League up, we have a difficult run here, so you can see we always have a difficult run. Newcastle are a pretty good team now. Newcastle, Tottenham, Arsenal, City, United, and then we have Blackburn, Burnley, Everton, Stoke, Brentford. So this run here, these 5 games, you're hoping to get 15 points from. Definitely, as we see newly promoted sides. This run here should be pretty good. And then you obviously got the teams to play again, and then the back end of the season you've got Liverpool and Chelsea dispersed within quite a few different results there as well. So hopefully we do well within them. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed today's episode. If you have, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Just bear with me in terms of upload schedule, because it's going to be a bit shaky to do with how I'm feeling at the moment. But yeah, working from home, it's going to be a bit of a struggle, and hopefully I don't feel the worst after a few days. If I'm coughing repeatedly, there's no point me coughing and barking at you lot down the microphone. It's just not a pleasant sitting for you lot watching these. So yeah, hope you all are well yourselves, and I shall catch you in the next episode. From me, Alex, have a great day. Ciao.